first time ever live. So I'm completely new to this. Not sure how it works. I know a couple of people for sure are going to be notified. So I'll wait for them to show up and pray to God that this goes okay. So I am a makeup artist. I share beauty, life and beauty inspo. I'm a life and beauty coach. So I believe in, true beauty is within. And as long as, you found your inner true beauty, then you're out, if you're beautiful on the inside, you'll be beautiful on the outside. I'm a little bit nervous. It's funny because my main platform is on Instagram, and I have 13,500 people who watch me on lives all the time, and I'm never nervous. I have the window open because I like to use natural light for my tutorials versus in my studio with all the not fake, but the professional lighting, because I feel like it's not as real. I want you to see the real deal, 100% products, what they really look like, no filters, no special lights. The wind's blowing because I want natural light coming in. So I do everything. I try to do, I like to be 100% transparent. I share life, my real life with you and what I'm going through so that I can inspire you and love you and share beauty with you at the same time. So I'm really hoping a couple of you show up. I just did my Instagram pre-post warning post, so it might take a couple minutes. So I'm just going to start going because for those of you who don't know me very well, I am a mother of 6. I lost my first son, but I have to include him. A stepdaughter, and then 4 littles that are with me 24/7. An 8-year-old, 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting started because I'm worried the baby's going to wake up. And I would really love to finish a full face, especially since this is my first attempt at a live stream, and doing your first ever live stream and attempting a full face on live is probably not the best idea, but I'm going to try. Everybody on Instagram loves my lives, but they disappear. So I've pre-warned everyone to hop over here. The setup's a little bit different. Normally I have the camera the other direction so you can see me full body. Look at this wind. And in my studio, because there's no natural lighting, I end up working in here a lot because I like the natural lighting. But if all goes well, I will bring my backdrop in so you don't have to look at my bathroom. Okay, so right now I am using LA Colors face primer. I'm just going to spread it all over my face and pray that a couple of you show up. It wasn't easy to hit that live button. It's so much easier when you have 100 people to interact with versus talking to yourself. But I knew it was going to be like this in the beginning. So we're just going to do this. LA Colors. I've said this before on Instagram a million times. I have dry skin. And I have probably 100 different face primers, but this one's my favorite. You never know what you're gonna love. You know, I have primers that cost $60 and I like this one more. So LA Colors face primer, and I'm gonna try to do like, I wanted to do obviously beautiful and glammy, but I want to keep the time semi-reasonable here. So, and pray the baby doesn't wake up. So over the top, but not too over the top. And please bear with me. I have a sinus infection, so I'm a little stuffed up and sniffly. But this way I can share myself and all the, you know, makeup tutorials and my life with you, and it's not going to disappear. So you guys can come back a month later from now and it'll still be here. I don't have to take precious time away from my family to make these hour-long tutorials and life coaching and motivational speaking, which I've had some really powerful lives, and for them to disappear just, it's really hard for me to accept, because I know that I can touch the lives of others and, you know, bring you hope. So I want to make sure that my content isn't gonna disappear. So here we are. Where are you, Allie and Amber and Todd and who else? Becca. Who else is supposed to be here? Oh no, there's a lot of you that are supposed to be here. Leaving me hanging over here. Maybe they're still trying to find me on. And I try to share the links, but this is my first one, so I might not have done it correctly. Okay, LA Colors Face Primer is the one, and it's so funny. I think I said this before, but I'm going to say it one more time. I need a tissue. So sorry, sinus infection. But I'm never nervous on Insta Live. I mean, I have hundreds of people watching me, and I'm never nervous. Here I am on YouTube, more face primer, because I get stuck in talking, and it feels so good. And my skin's dry, so I'm going to put a little bit more on. But I'm never nervous on Instagram Live, ever. And here I am with only 38 versus 13,005 or 600. And I'm nervous. Because it's new. So, come on guys, come talk to me. Come talk to me. I'm waiting on you. I don't think there's any way that I can say, now that it started, I can't send out a message or anything. But I heard of this like thing where you can send out texts, which I think is really interesting. Okay, so I have my face primer on, and we're going to use, where did I sit them? NYX sticks. Today, I opened one of them and realized I got like one that was way too dark. And I like to share sometimes like full hardcore in-depth glam, but I also like to share quick tricks for mommies who are in a hurry. So I have like, this one is, I ripped it open, so I'm not gonna be able to see, but this one's like the deep, like I think one of the darkest ones that you can get, and I used it once and didn't realize I grabbed the wrong color. And then I have a light medium and a medium. So I'm gonna, and they're brand new, I've never used them. And when I'm in a rush, I do my contour before my foundation. Just gotta get these packages open. I use the Wet n Wild contour sticks a lot. So I thought, and I'm always trying new products for you guys, since all of you on, in the YouTube world are new to me. I buy all the new products to share them with you, to tell you how they work and let you see it, see if you like it for yourself. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to drop it. Of course I am going to drop it. This one's medium tan. So I want to open up the light one too. Is somebody on? Can you say hi? I don't know how to see the comments. Show chat. Okay, so it's supposed to show me if somebody comes. Okay, so I'm opening the light one, and I have the medium tan one, because sometimes you need a little bit darker. You always want, if you're pale like me, you always want the lightest of light highlight, but sometimes you need a darker contour. And once I get a little bit more comfortable with the YouTube world, I'll go more into depth with the life part too. But I'm going to try as hard as I can to stick to makeup just so I can get this done. Okay, so I just opened them. They're brand new, and I also have the deep one just in case we need to add some darker contour here. Okay. So, I'm so sorry. Let's get ready to go. Now I got them out, and I need to make sure I'm, okay, light medium. So we're going to use the light one first and see what happens. Okay. I think there's one person here. See, I'm new to this. I see the person symbol with one and a like with one. Who's here? Tell me who's here. Is my primer dry? My primer's still a little bit wet. I can get it nice and dry so this goes on real good. Hi! You're new, hi! And if you're new to me, head over to my Instagram. Hi, Allie, you're here! Finally, I'm not alone. If you're new here, please head over to my Instagram at beautyismyvice so that you can, you know, learn a little bit more about me, who I am, and what I do. So right now I'm using the NYX contour stick. I'm really not liking how I'm like this. Allie, am I upside down or right side up? Please tell me I'm right side up. Don't want to load this video upside down. I don't know if there's like a certain way you're supposed to set your phone. So I'm right side up, not upside down. Good. I was so worried that like if I had it in the wrong direction that maybe I'd be upside down. Okay. This is the worst part for me because when I got pregnant with baby number 5, I've always had perfect vision. Where did that comment go? What did you just say, Allie? Yeah, you're good. Okay. But when I got pregnant with baby number 5, and I've always had perfect vision, and as an artist, like, ugh. And my vision started to go a little bit bad with small print. And if, like, as the day goes on, sometimes, like, when I wake up in the morning, it's fine. Sometimes I can see small print, some other times I can't. I mean, it's easier on a piece of paper versus, like, on a phone. I think it's just too bright. I just hate that I have to use glasses. I hate it. Okay, so I go around my face. And down my neck. See, I like to have, whoo, there's makeup everywhere. I'm so used to the camera the other way. Okay. So, down my neck here. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about or share with you, please let me know. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm so used to like so many people popping up and talking to me, so now I kind of talk to myself. Okay, now my nose. Now, unfortunately, I have a bump on my nose, so I always color in here, which you don't have to do. Okay, blush. We'll concentrate on that when we get there. Yes. Okay, so I don't have, especially when it comes to highlight, you know, the perfect bridge I struggle with because I have a little bump. So if you don't have a bump, you don't have to do this. If you've got a little bump on your nose, just take your contour over it. I hate that I have to do this. Aww. Okay, so I like to go up to my eyebrow. Up, and this is my first time using this, and it looks a little bit light, but hopefully it'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try the highlighter too. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Why not? It's here. Let's try it, see how it works. And then just go where you would normally highlight. I'm just gonna go under my eyes, up the sides of my nose, right under where I put that contour. I hope the lighting's well enough. See, that's the thing. Whenever you have a nice sunny day, the natural lighting's perfect. You can see. I explained this on my Instagram, but a lot of the beauty influencers have, I have all the lights. I've spent thousands of dollars on lights, but it's not real. I want you guys to see what it really looks like. And I have tutorials on my Instagram that just aren't 100% real, which is how these beauty influencers make themselves look like amazing, like magic, you know, like magic, like they can just magically transform themselves, when really it's mostly lighting and editing and lighting, not real. None of it's real. So don't compare your makeup to what their tutorials look like, because it's fake. Okay. So I'm going to try to be as real with you as I can. This is looking a little bit of a hot mess because I'm going straight into my phone. Versus, now with your contour on the side, you kind of like go towards your mouth. You know what I mean? From here, mouth. You don't have to go all the way down your mouth. I don't really cover that. I'm just giving you an idea of where you're going. And I like to think of it as a heart. See a heart. And then around and under and down. Okay. And then, trying to make sure it's actually even, because looking in the phone, it's completely different than in real life here. And then I like to take, because this is for moms in a hurry, if you want to add your contour in, your, whichever, since I'm not doing like a specific tutorial for Wet n Wild or e.l.f. or I'm just doing a random tutorial. I like to use the Dream Liquid Mousse by Maybelline. So then I just take, and see my glasses are so big, I can't leave them sit on my head without falling off. It is so annoying. I take my foundation and my beauty blender, versus putting your foundation on and doing all that and then doing the contour and the highlighter and then doing more foundation and more, you know what I mean? I just like to do this first when I'm in a hurry because it saves time. So I'm just going to go in, well, normally I go in with the lighter spots first. And I'm just adding in foundation, and then I will blend. Thank you so much, Allie, for making me feel so much more comfortable. I hope this is, I know normally on Insta Live I'm a lot more interesting. Just a little bit nervous, so a little less interesting today. Or entertaining, I should say. So I'm just going to take my foundation and try to go around my lighter areas first, and then I will blend in my contour. And I'm always like, I always tell you guys this, and it's not because it's a lie, it's true. I can do the, you know, makeup in, you know, 20 minutes or half an hour or less, like, you know, the whole glam thing off camera, but on camera I get distracted. So like, I'm just trying to teach you guys my techniques so that you can be fast too. But if it takes me forever to accomplish it on a live, that doesn't mean that's how long it actually takes. Now I'm going in with my dark contour a little bit and just kind of blending it together. And today I'm actually going to use a little bit of powder. I was going to do all powder. Powder contour, powder everything. Because you can, you know, truly transform the entire shape of your face. But it's long and in-depth. And this is #1 for me. So we're going to save that for once I feel a little more comfortable and have daddy home so that I don't have to worry about the baby waking up. You know what I mean? Because if he wakes up, I don't know what I'm going to do. He didn't sleep well last night, so I'm hoping he'll take a nice long nap. Now, when you're doing this, and you have your hair up, make sure you go behind your ears. Make sure you get your ear. Get behind your ear. Get your ear. It's evenly blended on my blender anyway, so just go over it real quick. And you can go all the way down, and it only takes a second. Like if you're worried about having any lines at all, you can go all the way down to your shirt line. That way there are no spots. You're just now having coffee. Me too. Cheers. I'm obsessed with Starbucks cold coffee though. It's weird. Throughout one of my pregnancies, I just, not that you're not supposed to drink coffee when you're pregnant, but like the whole 1 cup a day thing, and like I don't know what it was about hot coffee. I just, ever since then, I just can't do hot coffee. Every so often in the winter I will, but on a daily basis, I am cold coffee, Starbucks. I buy them in the big bottles and drink it all day. Hold on a second here. Oh my goodness. There's nothing more frustrating than being live with sniffles on sinus infection on live with the sniffles. Okay. So once we get more in depth, I will get more contour on my nose to kind of, you know, really shape it, and the powder will help with that too. Kind of make it look smaller. Now I'm noticing, this is my first time using this contour stick. Obviously it's not finished, but it looks a little bit light. I hate to add any more time to this. I don't want it to be forever. So I'm going to take the dark one, which is meant for people with really dark skin tones. Like this is deep. It's like for darkest of dark skin tones. And it was funny watching the tutorial where I used it and I had no idea. And I was talking and applying, and then I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of the deep, just a tiny bit, to darken it up just a tiny bit more, because I feel like it's just not quite showing up enough for me. So go back in. That's the thing with using new products on live tutorials. You don't know if it's going to work for your skin tone. It's not that it doesn't work. I just want it to, like, it's not showing. I can see it a little bit better in the camera than I can on, or I can see a little bit better in the mirror versus the camera. But it's just not showing up very well. And I want you to be able to see it. I'm just going to add a little bit more. It should only take a second to add a little bit more, and really don't worry about where you're putting your concealer on your neck or how much or where it goes, because it all just blends in anyway. Honest to goodness, it's not a big deal. The only place you need to be a little bit careful is on your nose. Just go down the sides, up the, right beside the bridge of your nose. And then if I didn't have a little bump on my nose, I would go and make a little circle here and put highlight in the middle. But instead I go here, and then I still put a highlight in the middle. You know what I mean? It kind of gives you the little button nose look, which I have a hard time pulling off because I have a little bump on my nose. But this helps a lot. So, you know, it does help. It does make a difference. I hope this isn't the dark stick. Now I'm getting my sticks confused. There's so many of them. Alright. I'm not going to worry too much about the highlight because the concealer will really brighten that up. Now I'm just going to blend in this darker contour and hope that it makes it a little bit more visible. I haven't put any more foundation on my blender. We'll see, we might not have to. I didn't do it today, but I normally prime my neck. When I prime my face, I go ahead and prime my neck so that the makeup blends, you know, evenly. A little bit of moisturizer. I mean, you could use lotion if you don't want to waste your face primer, but I suggest if you're going down your neck, and you can go ahead and go around the back of your neck. It's real easy. It only takes a second. That way, if your hair's up, you don't have to worry about marks and lines. Okay, back to this contour that's light. A little bit darker. Just go all the way up to your hairline. Let it get in your hair if you need to. And take a little wipey and wipe it out if it's visible. But normally for me, I go all the way to my hairline and I can never actually see it in my hair. So, see, that's a little bit better. And then once I add in the bright concealer, it'll all kind of blend together. At least now you can see there's contour on my face. Before, it wasn't very bright at all. And then I just take my blender and try to blend the dark contour all the way up to my eyebrow. Bring it all the way up. And then under, and then the middle. See, for me, I like to obviously share beauty, but I don't like to talk about makeup the entire time. But that's probably what's going to happen today. Just because I'm a little bit nervous and I want to keep my head on straight. Okay, so now I'm going to use Maybelline's Master Concealer and just clear up my face a little bit. I just got way too much on here because this is a brand new bottle. So under the eyes, and once I do this, my contour is still looking a little messy. I'm going to have to work with it. I'm going to use a little bit of powder today just to show you how to add that in. I like to go all the way up the side, sometimes not, depends on the look I'm going for. And then I go ahead and go over my eyelid for an eye primer, which technically face primer could be eye primer too, but I like to put my concealer over my eyelid. So I just go up like that with my blender, in the corner, down the side, right below my contour line, and up. Same thing over here, up. Into my eye, all the way down and around, up the side. Depends on what kind of look you're going for. If you want to make your face look smaller, don't go all the way up to the side. Stop at the edge of your eye. If you want to make your face look longer or your eyes look bigger, go up to the side. And then, in between your eyes, obviously, above your brow, and try to just work in with your contour a little bit. You can always go back and do fix-ups. No big deal. Now, when you have a really nice contour going on, you clean it up with your concealer and add powder. But I am still not seeing, like, I'm not satisfied, which is really frustrating during a live. I have to read this. Where are my glasses? Yes, that's what I want. That's what I'm here for, to make you feel like you're not alone. And we deserve to feel beautiful. I want to share inside beauty, outside beauty, and you're not alone. You are not alone. I mean, yesterday, I was just so burnt out. I just couldn't pull it together. And I got one night of sleep. Wait, no sleep. And then one night with like 4 hours. And then last night was like 3 or 4 hours. Because now my toddler's sick. It went from one to another. So I only had like 2 nights of a tiny bit of sleep in the last like 3 weeks. Like, I'm literally dying here. Okay, so I like to concentrate with the concealer here, right around your mouth, and right under. So it's kind of like you're creating, you know, like a, how to shape it with my fingers. It's almost like a triangle. You want to make sure you highlight all of this area. And then right around your mouth and up the sides of your face. And then you want to darken all the other areas. And I hate that I have to do this because I don't want this live to be forever. But this contour is just not showing up. So obviously the dark was too dark, the light's too light. And I don't think I tried the medium, so maybe that's what I should have done. But I don't want to take forever on one thing, so I'm just going to keep going dark until I feel satisfied and go from there. That's why I always say it's a really good idea with cream contours to have a variety, because you never know what, and it depends on what kind of look you're going for. If I wasn't doing this on camera, I wouldn't have to go as dark, because it's showing up in the mirror but not on camera. It's a little bit better. And then it just needs cleaned up. Let me go ahead and come down to my mouth. Now I'm going to take the concealer and just clean it up, because obviously that's like all in the wrong place. So when you have concealer or contour that looks like this, take your concealer and just go either from your ear to your mouth or from your mouth to your ear, whichever way you want to do it, right at the bottom of your ear to your mouth. Just like that. I try to keep a pretty straight line because, like I said, I'm going to try to use powder today. A little bit of powder. But normally when I use my powder, I use powder with powder contour, but not always. It depends on my time and mood and all that crap. But either way. So then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I still have some here that was way too much on the first try. This new bottle, it's like I can barely press it and it's just pouring out. Bottom of my ear to my mouth, and go all the way under your mouth. And then just blend it in a little bit, because you can always fix it up more later. And now I'm gonna fix this up here a little bit better. So I'm gonna go under my eyes and just clean up that mess. And even if it does look a mess, like not perfect, once you get your blush and your highlighter on, it all blends together. So it doesn't have to look perfect. When you're using cream, we're talking about cream here, not powder. It's a little bit better, still not perfect, but it'll all come together with the blush. I'm barely tapping it just to kind of blend it with the concealer. I'm doing this on my phone, I gotta take a minute and look in the mirror, see what's actually going on my face here. A little bit more concealer on my forehead, across the top of my eyebrows. Down around the side. Up the side. Always bring your concealer up the side of your nose. Now I'm going to try to do this again. Oh wait, I'm going to get my powder ready so I can show you guys how to do this. I like to apply my powder when my concealer's still wet. So I might even go back in here because I wasn't thinking, because I haven't been using powder. Okay, so here's what I do. Oh, I just almost spilled it all. Okay, so I have, what is that? There's something in my powder. And of course I just blew it all out. So I just take something. I think this is off of one of my lash kits. I have the RCMA powder and it's really bright. That's why I love it. It's gonna brighten up my whole face. Put this in here. And I always think that like that's way too much, but then I need more, so pile it in there. And then pray that you can use it later, but I always end up spilling it. So RCMA. And then, oh please don't spill. And then Kat Von D translucent powder. I like to mix them together. The RCMA is really, really bright. But I really like the, see this one's a little darker, you can tell. It's not bright white. The other one's bright white. But I really like the consistency of this and how they mix together. So I'm going to put in some of the Kat Von D. And then, try not to spill this and find my lid. And I can't find my lid, so I'm going to set this down here. And you can take the same, beauty blender or a different one. What should I do? Mix it up. My beauty blender's dry right now, so I'm going to mix it up so they're kind of mixed together. It's going to end up getting in my coffee. I'm working on a tiny sink. Okay, so I'm going to mix it up. Now I'm going to go back in with my concealer real quick, which I should have done in the first place and had my powder ready. But I'm distracted because I'm on live. So I'm going to go back in and just make this line and a line. Clean it up just a little bit. All the way under. Try to leave it a little bit wet there. And then under my eyes and down the sides of my nose. So I'm going to put this here because I don't want to get a ton on my nose. So I'm going to go down the sides of my nose. And I'm going to put powder there. It'll give you the illusion of having a smaller nose. I swear one day I will not be sick anymore. I am on an antibiotic. Okay, so I kind of bring my concealer all the way up to my contour there. Dot it in the middle, right here. Do the same over here. All the way up the side. Over. And then some people do the forehead, but I don't suggest doing that as a mom who, when I move my eyebrows, wrinkles a little bit. So I think the powder gets stuck and makes like tiny wrinkles that aren't even that bad look a lot worse. So I normally try not to go there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I try not to because honestly I think it makes it look worse. Okay. Trying to make sure this is even because I can't see my phone very well. Now I'm going to take my powder with my beauty blender. I'm actually going to get it a little bit wet. And then I'm going to come in here with my powder. Just Just get it all over my beauty blender and go straight where my line is here and under. And if something ends up too bright or too dark, you can always fix it up. It's not a big deal. From ear to mouth. Ear to mouth. And because I'm looking at you and not my blender, it's not a perfect line. I like to go ahead and go under my lips. And I just kind of fill in this area lightly with powder. Okay, so now, hopefully I'm still a little wet up here, down the sides of my nose. See how fast this powder goes? I'm almost out, and I put a ton in here. Under my eyes. Pack it on there. And on the side of your nose. I like to kind of get the corner of my eye sometimes, and then up. A little bit on my nose here, tiny bit on the bridge, and then the other side. I just keep mixing up my powder. I mean, you could just use RCMA or just the Kat Von D. You don't have to mix them. That's just how I've been doing it recently. The RCMA is really bright. It'll really brighten up your face. For sure. For sure. And then you just let it sit while you're doing everything else. Eyebrows and if you let it sit while if you're using powder eyeshadow, any fallout will not matter, because when you brush off your powder, it will brush off as well. So if you're using bright blue freaking, I need a brush real quick. If you're using bright blue lipstick, eyeshadow, powder, it's not going to leave a mark because you're covered in powder and you just brush it right off. So I like to leave it there while I'm working on my eyes. And I mean, technically, you're supposed to put a little bit here. I prefer not to normally, but I'll put a tiny bit there just to brighten it up a little bit. I'm just not going to do my whole forehead. But see how it's brightening it? And this is what you call cake and bake. See, I can see in the mirror I missed some spots here. It looks pretty bright on the camera, but it's really not that bright in here. But if I turn on the light in the bathroom, the lighting looks awful. If I use the lighting from the studio, my face looks fake. So, you tell me what you prefer. Natural lighting, professional lighting, but then I have a fake looking face. If you want to put a little bit of powder on your eyelids, you can. If you're using, especially if you're using powder, eyeshadow, which I plan on doing today. Normally I use cream because, normally I use lipstick because I'm in such a big hurry. But I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Natural light, yes. I agree. It's just a little bit hard for me personally because I'll manage. It's just not bright enough out today. So I'm having a hard time seeing myself. Alright. I'll put a little bit here. Just a little bit in the corner of my nose. And I didn't go high enough on the side. So look, I'm going to go right here. See that? Up pretty high on the sides of your nose. I think I just missed your comment. I know I did. Okay, so we're going to leave that sit. I would love to find the lid to my powder, but I don't know where to put it. So it's just going to have to hopefully not blow over. It's windy in here. Okay, so now let's do, look, I'm covered in powder. Fling it so it doesn't stick to your clothes. Okay, eyebrows. Just gonna use my NYX Tame Frame. And I had my spoolie here, now it's not. Here it is. Spoolie. Yeah, so last night, or no, not last night. Malachi woke up really early this morning. It was like 5 o'clock, I think. Having this awful cough fit. Like, awful. Scared me to death. He was coughing like non-stop and he couldn't catch his breath. So our whole morning was kind of thrown off because I spent the whole morning giving him breathing treatments, and then the breathing treatments made him sick, and ugh, mess. And Asher's just now finally feeling better, and now it's Malachi. So I just can't win. These poor babies are getting sick. Every time the kids go back to school, the bigger ones seem to do okay now. You know, their immune system's a little stronger, but the little ones just keep getting so sick. So brush out your brows a little bit, and then go to town. I'm going to use the NYX Tame Frame. And I still don't know exactly what kind of... Yeah, see, that's what happened to him this morning. He had his breathing treatment, and because he was so filled with mucus, he just started puking and puking. And we were in the living room, so I mean, he puked all over the couch, all over the floor. So I spent my whole morning taking care of him and cleaning up. And see, the thing is, it's just a cough. It's not contagious. He's okay. He wanted to go to school today and play with his friends. And, like, he did okay last night, and then out of nowhere, he just had this. It's like asthmatic almost. Obviously a virus, but it's gotten to the point where, you know, he can't stop coughing and needs help breathing, which is scary. I hate that, especially with the baby. That's why I didn't sleep for like a month straight, because he couldn't breathe. So I would literally stay up all night watching him breathe. You know how that is. So I'm just, this is a Sigma brush. I think it's, I always get confused because my number got rubbed off. It's either the E65 or the E75. But any eyebrow brush will work. So I just kind of fill them in, and then I take it and I go this way and just kind of quickly shape it. Trying to look at you and not mess up. The pressure is on. You can always take your finger and just kind of fix it that way too. What do I use for my eyebrows? It's the NYX Tame Frame. And I think it's in Brunette. Yeah, Brunette. NYX Tame Frame. Or no, I don't think it is Brunette. I think it's the like deep or something, like not black, but the next one down. So one of the darker colors. So I always do one brow and I go back and forth. That's the only thing about doing full faces is, you know, when I'm pumped and ready to do my motivational speaking along with, it makes for a really fun and inspirational live, but doing a full face takes time and I don't want to bore people to death. So I just have to get to the point where I feel as comfortable on YouTube as I do on Instagram. I'll get there. And it means so much to me that you're here, Allie. Thank you. Do you have any questions about the eyebrow appliance? Eyebrow appliance? You're able to cover. Oh, I read the whole top half and then I can't see. Oh, I got falsies and everything's sticking. It's funny because they disappear. Yeah, I need to stop and like take another drink of this because I'm exhausted. It's hard to drink coffee while you're doing a tutorial. I just need like an IV pump of like constant, I need a caffeine drip. Immediately. Normally I go for a little bit of a bigger brow, but I really don't feel like messing with them for too long. You know, I wish more than anything that I could take the last couple of lives that I did on Instagram and just pop them up on my YouTube. Because I just felt like they were really powerful lives. It was good. And then I'm hard on myself. So I'm going to stop being hard on myself and just go with the flow. Trust me, the first time I did my first Insta Live, I was like a mess. A lot worse than I am now. Because now I'm a little bit used to it, you know what I mean? But the first one, oh my gosh. It's nerve-wracking. I mean, you're the only one watching. That's not the point. The point is I'm on a different platform. I don't know. It's just new. New for me is hard. But it's good. Because then you've accomplished something new. So definitely don't let it stop you. People are so afraid of change. And they almost like even reject it. I feel 100% like people reach out to me all the time and like, I mean the things that people say to me, it's just incredible. Yet my own friends and family on Facebook are not supportive. Not that they're not supportive, they're not unsupportive, but they're definitely not supportive. I'm trying to change the angle of this camera a little bit. I should be a little bit closer too, probably, so you can see what I'm doing better. Live and learn. Because it's like people can't accept change. Not in themselves, not with others. Which I think is so stupid. If somebody's trying to better their lives, then freaking... that's awesome. But some people are so closed-minded that they just don't get it. They just don't get it. People are so good at judging other people without ever taking a look at themselves. It just makes me so mad. It's one of the things I hope to inspire change in for people to stop looking at people and thinking that they have the right to judge them. But you never have a right to judge anyone at any point in their life, under any circumstances. You are not allowed to judge others because you have no idea what they're going through. I try so hard. Like, I feel the rejection from my friends and family on my Facebook when I share my work. And instead of letting it stop me, I continue to share my work, which is hard to do, but I keep sharing. And I, even though they won't support me, support them in everything that they're doing. Even though it hurts a little bit, but I believe in loving and supporting others. Whether they're going to love and support me, I'm going to love and support you. And I hope that teaches them something. It might take a while, but it's just about loving and supporting people and letting people be who they truly are versus pretending to be something you're not. These eyebrows are taking me way too long. Normally I can get my eyebrows done in a couple of seconds. I'm going to stop there for a minute. Try to move on. It's just so dark in here. Doesn't look dark on the camera though. It looks nice and bright on the camera. It's just not bright on my freaking mirror, so it's really hard for me to see exactly, but they look like they match. So we're gonna move on. Let's try to do something else now. What should we do? I have, look, I got this contour brush to use, but I always use my beauty blender. So we'll use this. I've never used the e.l.f. contour brush. It says it's new. We'll use this for when we're using powder contour. We'll save this for powder contour. I might use this one in a little bit. I got these. Oh, I don't want this stuff to fall and break. Because look how cute these are. How can I not get these? Moda Prismatic. Oh, Prismatic. See? They're like rainbow colors. And they come, so one is an eyes kit and one is a face kit. And they come with these cute little bags. Can you see the... And I don't think they were expensive either. Maybe $9. I haven't opened them yet or used them yet, but they come with this cute little bag. Look how pretty they are. So this one's orange and pink, and these are teal and pink, so it's rainbow. Loving the rainbow. So comes with this cute little bag that you can put them, what just fell out? God only knows. Neatly put them in. How cute is that? And it's hard to see, but it's real shiny. See? Look how cute that is. So I'm really hoping that these brushes work. I planned on using, so I guess this is their brand name. Moda, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Hoping these work well because they're just so cute. Yes, they're so cute. So I'm going to hurry up and shove these in here so I don't drop them while I'm using them. And show you what it looks like. I opened the eyes one because we're going to need them for eyes. I wish you could see what I'm doing. See, I don't like doing widescreen because you guys can't see what I'm doing as well. Try to get these in here. I'm going to put this one down, put this box down, try to make life a little bit easier on myself. Shove them into this cute little kit. It's so cute. And that's what I was saying yesterday. Like, I have all the Sigma brushes, but sometimes you can just find like really cute brushes that work really good, that are inexpensive. And I love that it has a case, so they're all going to stay in the case. Versus like all my other brushes I had in a really nice kind of like, it's a really pretty vase. And when my mirror fell, I've told everybody this a million times, every single thing in my studio got knocked off of my makeup station, and it's still a complete disaster. But see, this is in a case, so it can fall and it's not going to get messed up. And what I'll probably end up, no, that's nice. I think I'll leave all of my eyes, brushes in my eye, you know, so I'll have an eye win and a face win. And I just think that's so cute, because then, you know, when they don't come with a package, you have to search through your brushes. Getting brushes that come with a little pack is like so freaking useful, because then you can grab the pack and you know everything's in here, you know? So now let's use them and see if they work. See if I'm satisfied here. Now I have the Carroty. I didn't want to wear my jacket for my tutorial, but it's freezing outside today and there's cold air coming in. There's some powder on here. I've only used this like once or twice, so it's basically brand new. It's Carroty Professional and it's matte. So it's 21 highly pigmented matte eyeshadows. And I got them because, look at them, I mean, they're just really bright and beautiful. They're on Instagram. That's where I found them. That's where I purchased this. And I think I only used it once, to be honest. And I was happy. So let's see. Should we do a big blue eye? Because I'm using, for sure, all those beautiful Wet n Wild highlighters. This pink lip. So I was thinking we could either do, I have teal on, so we could either do kind of a rainbow eye, or I was thinking teal with glitter. Teal? Let's do the teal. Alright, so I'm going to start with a kind of bigger, see that's a little bit bigger. I think it's the biggest one they have. It gives you more space, like rather than a real refined area, it's going to blend better. So I'm taking the biggest, well, it's not the biggest, but it's the longest and fluffiest looking one. I'm going to take it and I'm going to go into, I'm going to get my transitional shade. So I'm going to use this one first and just see what happens. I can't remember if I had to wet my brushes last time or if they were pigmented enough. These are advertised as highly pigmented, so they're supposed to be highly pigmented. I shouldn't have to. Now this is a lighter shade. We're just using it as transitional shade. I'm going to try to get a little bit closer without knocking everything off of my sink, so you can see a little bit better. Just going to get this down first and then go in with the darker. We'll do teal and then we'll do the darkest blue in the crease. I'm going to go ahead and cover my lid too with the transitional shade. And when you're doing this, just keep blending. Just keep blending, blending, blending with powder. You just want to make sure it's nice and blended. I like to go in little circles. I have to look in the mirror for just a minute. And even with powder, if you get it up a little bit too high or in the wrong area, you can fix all of that with concealer. Not a big deal. Just fill her in. I want to make sure I get a pretty good coat down before I go in with my dark. Okay, one, and I always go on the outside. You can see a little bit better on this side. So I'm starting like this, kind of like a fan, and bringing it in towards the crease. See? I also, now that we're doing YouTube, want to do more vlogging, and I'll just do live because, honest to goodness, I don't have the time to edit. I mean, editing might be a little bit more entertaining, and eventually I will start doing more edited tutorials and edited vlogs. But for now, we're going to go live and just see how it goes. And one day, when I have a little bit more time and energy on my hands, we'll go ahead and edit some things just for fun. Alright, let's see if that's even. It's really hard to see because it's dark as heck in here. But they seem to be pretty. I mean, it's using this color. Where is it? This color. It seems pretty like, you know, the same color. It matches. So it seems true to color. Now I'm going to go in with my darker teal. And it's going to be really dark, I feel. So let's just start out with a little bit and be careful just in case. Look at that. I barely touched it. Barely touched it, and it's really bright. Really bright. So I'm going to try to be careful here and look in the mirror a little bit because I want to concentrate on my crease area, because I want to darken my crease to give my eyes a more in-depth look, to make them look bigger. So I'm making little circles and going down into the crease. I'm going to add a little bit more. Starting from the outside, circles, down into the crease. And all this is in my phone. So I know it's not going to turn out perfect because I need to buy one of those. I saw LED light mirrors that hook to your mirror. That way I can have an LED mirror with a light right below my camera so I can see what I'm doing. I just need to order one very soon so that I can see exactly what I'm doing while I'm doing it, while looking at you. Because my mirror's over here and my camera's here. You know what I mean? And that's really dark and really pretty. And I just have to decide. I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm going to try to decide whether or not I want to go under it all. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher. Lightly. And then I'm going to take the darker one and make that crease pop like crazy. What did you just say? Yes, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it is really hard, like, to find a palette that's true to color and has pigment. It's really hard to find. And I think this was like 20 bucks, I think. And that's not bad. I mean, look at how I barely touched that. Barely touched it. And it is bright. And it's not like that. It's the bright teal that we like, you know, like the bright fluorescent-y teal, not the, you know, bland looking teal. It's the big and bright and pretty teal, which is what I like. I'm going to try to come over here and do the same thing. I cannot believe he's not awake. I'm Malachi kept waking him up last night, which is why he's probably still napping. That was a lot. I'm gonna get a different brush that doesn't have anything on it, just to try to kind of blend this together a little bit better. Because it is definitely, you know, high pigment for sure. Trying to even them out a little bit. And if you can't get them even, you just go in with your concealer and fix it up that way. No big deal. And the same thing over here. If you want that straight look, you can just use your concealer. I have makeup blowing all over the place. Okay. I didn't go too in depth on my lid. I might cover it with the teal. Might cover it with the dark blue, but I'm going to go in with glitter. So I haven't decided yet what to do. Okay, so now I'm going to take the dark, and I'm going to be really careful. I'm going to use a smaller brush so I can get into my crease easier. I'm assuming. Yeah, this is the one that they want you to use for your crease. Try to put these back in here so I can get them right back out because I'm going to need them in a minute. Alright, so now I'm going to go into this. I could have told you the names of the colors, but it really doesn't matter. This one's called Phantom. It's dark blue. Dark blue, see? And I'm going to like barely touch it. And now I'm just going to go right in the crease. And I'm going to fill it in, and then I'm going to blend it with the blending brush. Just to give my eye depth. I'm not looking at where I'm going. I need to look in the mirror for a minute here. It'll just really make the eyes, my eyes pop a lot better than they are now. I'm not digging this brush though. Not digging it. It's okay. Okay. It's not great. It is getting into my crease, but not as well as I would like. It's kind of messy. It's kind of applying a little bit messy. And that dark just kind of blended in perfect with the teal. It just made it a little bit darker. And once we get our lashes on and everything, it'll all come together. Try to do it on the same side. Thank you. I was worried about how this is going to turn out because, like I said, I used this palette one time and I was in a big hurry and it wasn't for, I can't remember what I used it for. But anytime you're using new products, I mean, I didn't go in depth with this palette. I didn't try to do like a real eye look. I can't remember what I used it for. And I'm using new brushes. And I learned the hard way when I was still making tutorials and editing them to never use all new products at the same time. Like, pick one or two, not all new. So I did try not to pick all new. Like I used my foundation, my concealer that I normally use, my eyebrow pomade that I normally use, but the brushes are new, eyeshadow new, I'm not used to working with it. And I'm just not satisfied with this brush, but we'll make it work. I want to get it really dark in the crease and then we'll blend it out. It's just not, it's like circled, but the point isn't long enough to get into your crease. You see that? It's just not doing what it's supposed to do. The point needs to be longer. so that it can actually go into your crease. And it's not actually going into my crease, it's just kind of going around my crease versus just in my crease. See all that up there versus in my crease? So I liked the other brushes though, just not this one. And this is one of the most important parts if you're trying to get your crease, is to have a good crease brush. But everything is fixable. Everything. I think a lot of people are afraid of makeup, like they're gonna mess up. But everything is fixable. So don't be afraid, dive in there, go to town, and make it work. I'm trying to see if they're kind of even. You obviously need blended. Can you tell me, oh, you're probably not even anywhere near where I am. 136. I have to pick my son up at 2:15. We got this. We got this. This one's obviously a lot higher, so I'm gonna try to start moving a little bit faster here because I get so nervous, and only because I'm on YouTube, distracted. So I'm just taking that and I'm just blending it. Blend, blend, blend. Trying to even it up a little bit. My hope is to have time for glitter, but let's see what happens. If I have to get off here without completing a look, I will be just awfully, awfully upset. I honestly think that it would be cool to go under, but I don't have time to mess with it, so we're just going to leave it there. I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to blow it out a little further on the sides. Into the crease a little bit more. And go over my lid just a little bit. I was going to conceal to brighten that up, or I don't know, we'll see what to do here in a minute. I'm going to take my, where's my brush that I normally take off my powder with? Of course I'm not going to be able to find it, so I'm just going to this will work. This is a Wet n Wild brush. So I'm just going to take off my powder since we're done our eyes for the most part. Just brush it right off. So anything that fell, all that fallout, gone. And I have to say, I didn't notice any fallout in the palette. I'm trying to get this powder off without messing up my brows or my eyelashes. My brows or my eyeshadow. Okay, pretty much gone. I think that's the only places I powdered. Okay, so now blush. And I'm going to use my favorite because I'm in a hurry and I don't want to chance a mess up. Oh my gosh, I have to blow my nose. Ah. Okay, so Milani Luminoso, or Illuminoso, is my favorite. I gotta open it. See, it says right here, Luminoso Milani. I love how pretty and pink it is. I always take it all around my face to blend in all that crazy contour and highlight, and just brings it all together real nice. I think this is a Beauty 360 brush. And I'm going to go to town. This is new, so it's going to take me a minute to really get in there. I have one that's already open, but it was so dirty, I was embarrassed to show it. So go ahead and smile so you can know where to get your blush here, because you're asking about blush. Smile here. You gotta really pile it on there. I like a ton of blush. And see, it brings the contour together. Smile on the other side, and that's definitely not enough for me. I need more. But this is I just opened it, so it takes a while to really get it on your brush. And then once I'm done, I tone it down a little bit. All of it, most of the time. Hopefully I have time to tone it down to make it all kind of look perfectly and blended and together. Hopefully I have time for that. So now with my blush, I like to go all the way up. This is just me. 90% of the time, I go up. And I kind of lightly go where my contour is to just make it look pretty and pink, like I'm alive and healthy. And I feel like it helps blend in my contour. Just real lightly on your forehead. And little circles here and up. It's brighter over here, so you're having a harder time seeing it. I want more. Love blush, and it really does just bring everything together, especially once you get that highlight on. Check the time again. What did that say? 140? Wait, I don't want to mess up my life. 140 something, so we're okay. We still have 20 some minutes. Okay, so then I even take my blush and I go down here. And I'll blend this so it's not as harsh. Just a little bit all over the place. Personal preference. I don't always do this, but it's just so pretty. I love this color. It goes perfect with my hair. And then nose, of course. Gotta cover your nose with blush. My nose won't stop running, and I'm having a really hard time digging into this little palette here. Getting the powder loose, because normally it doesn't take this long. So pretty, thank you. It'll come together. Alright. Nose, forehead, all the way around. So it's kind of like, I do my blush kind of like my contour, all the way around. On my nose and under. And then I tone it down with my beauty blender. Alright, let's stop there for a minute. Since I did my neck, I'm going to go ahead around just like I would with my contour so it matches. Alright. So now normally, when you're working with powder, you don't ever want to take liquid on top of powder, which is why I don't like working with powder as much, because I like to take my concealer and go in and brighten things up and clean things up and blend things in. But because I don't want to destroy my look, I'm going to take my beauty blender, which is now pretty dry, and go in there and just kind of blend it together. So there's no harsh lines. Just kind of make sure it's all blended together without letting it get wet, because you don't want to get it wet anywhere you use powder. So I'm just making the blush like realistic by toning it down a little bit. I definitely need to work on those eyes. Pray for time here. Okay, so now let's do some highlight, because the highlight will always let you know like where you need to go from there. So I used, what did I use the other day? This really beautiful one. So I'm going to use the pinky one again because we're doing pink. And I'm going to use this fan brush. I think it's Beauty 362. This is the Botanic, I can't see, but I think it's called, yeah, Botanic Dream by Wet n Wild Mega Glow. It's absolutely beautiful. I used it in a tutorial the other day. These are, they said new, which means they just came out with them. I think it still says new on there. And it just was beautiful. And depending on the highlighter, you can almost use it as a finishing powder too. Having to dig a little bit. It's just not as bright today. But look how pretty. It is so pretty. I have yet to try out the other ones. I wanted to use this one because we're going for a pinky and blue look. And this one's the pinkiest one. And soon I want to do full face Wet n Wild because I have all the foundations, all the brushes, all the highlighters, all the eyeshadows. I thought it would be cool to go ahead and do like a full Wet n Wild face. And one thing I didn't mention with using the Carroty palette, didn't have to wet my brushes for pigment. Obviously that's a good palette. I would definitely suggest that palette. And I really think it's reasonably priced as I can recall. I don't think I spent a lot of money on it. And I'm obsessed with the glow, so just keep on going till you're satisfied. And then I'm going to take it, hopefully if I have time, I like to go around a little bit and just lightly dust chin. I like to get around my lips really good before I put on my lipstick. As embarrassing as it may be, I'm going to go through when this posts and read all your comments, Allie, because I'm on the move now, because I always start out slow. I always do. I don't know why. And I'm going to add some glow here just because. And more, I need more here. And then we'll go into the eye, and hopefully we can use this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add, this is pretty, but it's just still not glowing enough for me. Especially not for this extreme look we've got going on here. So I'm going to take that tube that we used the other day, God willingly, if I can find it. Okay. So, oh! There's makeup everywhere. So this came in that kit that I'm desperate for. The highlighting cream, and I'm not a big fan of highlighting cream. But because I used powder, I'm going to go ahead and take this brush, which I probably shouldn't use, it's kind of big, and I'm going to go under my brow versus going in there with concealer, and then make it glow. And then if I need to blend the eye up a little bit more, I can. And look, see if I wanted to, you know, get that a little bit closer to my crease to bring it up higher, or, you know, clean up a little bit. You can do it with either concealer, cream highlighter, whatever you want to use. And you can see there's a line there, so I'm gonna have to go back in and blend a little bit. But I want a pop-in glow on my eye there. So this is, I don't think I was specific. It's upside down. City Color Collection cream highlighter, but they don't sell them anymore. It comes in a kit called City Color Collection Highlights with a loose powder highlighter that's called City Color Powder Highlight. My favorite highlighter in the world thus far, and I can't find them. They don't sell them anywhere. So I'm desperately searching for a new beautiful highlighter. I'm going to go under my eyes a little bit here with this cream. And normally I don't like cream highlighter, but I'm in a hurry and I want the glow. So I'm going to go under and out. I'm going to put a little bit on my nose because I still don't feel like that glow is glowy enough. It's just not glowy enough for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead on my cheek like this just to make it pop a little bit more. I can't even see where I put it because it's so dark in here. I'm going to add that to the other highlighter and just see if it makes it pop a little bit better. You can already see it's making it pop better. See that? That's what we want. We want the glow glow. Not the semi-glow, the full-blown glow glow. And hopefully you can see the difference. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit more on this fan brush. I'm running out of time. Go here and here. And when I'm working with cream highlighter, I like to just use the brush because if not, cream highlighter is sticky and it makes a mess. So use your brush. And if you get it too intense some places, just take your blender and tone it down, no big deal. A little bit more on my nose, that was a lot. So I'm going to put it on my hand and go back and forth. Go under here a little bit, bring it up a little bit. And we got to get lashes ready. After this, I'll get the lashes set up so that they can sit for a couple of minutes. So we make sure we get them on first try, without any problems. And then hopefully add some glitter while I'm waiting on. Now that you see I've added all that highlighter, I'm gonna have to go in with my blush. I need a smaller brush for this, but screw it, I don't have time. I'm gonna take this and just kind of carefully highlight right here. That's why I bought that smaller fan brush, but I haven't taken it out of the package yet. Just for a little bit of highlight there. Just a little bit. And because I have a bump on my nose, I hope this helps somebody somewhere. I try not to highlight there. I highlight down here, up here, but not there. And if I had time, I'd add a little bit more contour there, but I don't, and I would really like to work on my eyes some more, so let's see what we can do with this time. Because they're just not perfectly even, and I added cream. So let me grab this pack of brushes, and it's missing one. So I'm just going to take this. Oh, come on, where are you? Oh, I'm going to use this one and just blend that out a little bit with the glow to bring it together so there's no harsh lines. And I can still see, oh no, it's good. It's good. I'm going to bring that down the crease a little bit here and here. Okay, now let me get out my beautiful eyelashes. Where are they at? They fell. These eyelashes, and there's actually blue. If you look really close, there goes another brush. Maybe if I turn them, you can see the very tinted amount of blue. Tiny, tiny bit of blue in the lashes. So I'm just going to take those off, cover them with glue, and let them sit for a couple of minutes while we try on the work on the mess of the rest of this face. And hopefully complete a look before I'm out of time. It's 1:58, which means I have less than 15 minutes because I got to get my baby ready and out the door. We have to be there at 2:15. Well, we have to be there between 2:15 and 2:20. 2:20 at the latest. But we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. So I'm covering the tip with glue and flexing before I even attempt to put them on. And they say 30 seconds, but I suggest you wait a little bit longer than 30 seconds. Especially if you're going with a big lash and you're in a hurry. You don't want to mess anything up. Then maybe I can add a tiny bit of glitter before oh, come on, lash. I don't want to mess it up. Careful taking them out. Normally I use a pair of tweezers, but I lost mine. So I'm gonna flex, 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 flex. Hurry, 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 hurry. Mom life is always a hurry. It doesn't matter how hard I try to get to an early start. I had to get the baby perfectly settled before I could even begin. And then it just is what it is. I'm trying here. So make sure you get plenty of glue on there, trying to let it run into your lash, which it's totally doing right now. If it were only a little bit brighter in here. You know what? I have a light over here. Let's see if this helps at all. At least I can see a little bit better. It's so dark I couldn't see anything. That's not natural light though. But I can't see. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh my gosh, I got it. I got some teal glitter here. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of glue, lash glue, and go in. I don't know if I want to do my full lid. I'm gonna do my full lid. Oh, I got it on my forehead. Of course I did. Oh. I think I'm even gonna try to spread it up kind of like a wing with the glitter so it comes up a little bit and you can see it in the crease. You don't need a lot of glue. I'm putting way too much on because I'm in a hurry. And I just got glue all through my lashes, which is going to make it hard to put my lashes on without them getting stuck. And it's hard to make glitter perfectly even on each side, but it is what it is. I went up and over, and now I want to get the glitter on while it's nice and sticky. And I always use a brush. So let's see here. A small brush would be good. This looks like it's an eyebrow brush. It's a little bit too small for my liking, but we're gonna use it because it's here. Just be really careful that you don't get it in your eyes. Really careful. And this is, I can't remember where I got this. This is, you know, glitter for eyes. but still, if you get it in your eyes, it hurts. And it could like really, really hurt your eyes. You have to be so careful. I just got a little bit in my eyes. I'm telling you guys, just be advised that it's not necessarily safe to put glitter right above your eyes. It's so pretty. Can you see it? It might have been just as easy. This brush is so small to use my finger. It is so sticky. Can you see it? I'm gonna make sure I get it in the corner real good. Now, it is a little bit hard to apply lashes when you have a lid that is covered in glitter. Pre-warn you. And I do have glitter in my eye, for sure, because I'm rushing, and it's gonna end up all over my face, but that's okay. See, with that light on, it's really hard, like you can't see the glitter now. First thing I'm done looking, like so I can see what I'm doing, I'll turn it off. So you can see what it looks like with natural light, because it looks so much better. And this brush is way too small. Way too small to accomplish what I want to do, because I'm covering my whole lid. I mean, it just seems like once I get started with glitter, I can't stop. It's so pretty. It's making the eye really pretty. It's going good with all the colors. Now I'm just going to use my finger because there are spots that are not sticking. And I don't want it to look splotty. I probably should have just done that to begin with. But I was trying not to make too big of a mess, which is why you use a brush. But I'm covering a large area, and I want it to be compacted with a ton of glitter. I've decided all of a sudden. It's really pretty. Woo! Just blink it out. Pray to God it doesn't get stuck somewhere it won't come back out of. Alright, so I have glitter all over my face, which you can get off with very easily with a brush. So I'm going to take my blush while my eyelashes are still waiting and getting ready. You will, I promise. You'll get there. So now I'm going to take this and just kind of make the highlight and the blush come together a little bit better. I'm not satisfied. And once you get your lip on, I'm not satisfied with my nose either. Where's my blender? It just needs blended a little bit. This needs blended a little bit. Okay. Now I'm just going to go in with the blush again, because we use cream, which I don't normally like to do, but I really wanted to get that. Okay, see how it's like straight here and not quite straight there. So I'm going to take my brush again. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? With my cream highlighter and just make that even. Do you see that line there? Time. We're good. A little bit more over here. See how it's kind of going straight out on this side. I want it to match. And I want it brighter in here. It's just not bright enough. We always try to make it bright here. It makes you look more awake. And cream contour with powder under your eyes is not the best idea. But it's really turning out okay. It's okay. I hadn't fully thought a look process through because I was in such a hurry. I'm praying to God that one weekend Daddy will be home and I can pre-think and have everything like organized semi. Now I'm gonna take, just because I have to, this rainbow highlighter. I have one opened. Where's the one that I opened? I hate to open another one because it takes forever. We'll just use one that's not. We'll use this Milani. Let's hope. I'm still not satisfied with my highlight. Oh no, my fan brush just got soaked in the sink. Soaked in the sink. Maybe it'll pick it up better. Let's see. So this is the third highlighting attempt because I'm just not satisfied over and over again. This is Milani. It's really pretty. This is the first time I've used it, and now I think I'm satisfied. Finally. Finally. Now let's try to get these darn lashes on and these lips to try to finish this look. All right. Hopefully they're not too dry because I have a ton of glitter on. So it's going to be really hard for me to get them stuck perfectly because there's going to be glitter where my eyelashes are supposed to go. Ta-da! It didn't stick in the perfect spot over here, but it's pretty good. I wanted to use 2 pairs of lashes today to have a really big eye, but I don't have time. I can always do that later and maybe do a small Insta live like finishing up this because I would like to complete it more in depth. And maybe I'll do that on Insta because I'm out of time here. I definitely should have been more careful placing this one. And now it's stuck. And once the glue gets that sticky, you gotta be really careful. Okay, so my eyelashes are on and I'm gonna go ahead and push them down. Make sure there's no glue on your fingers. Push them onto your lash so they stick to your natural lashes. And then let them dry. And once they dry, I then flip them up. And my nose is running, sorry, like crazy. You can already see how lashes just bring everything together. Now this lash is not stuck on properly, but I can fix it here in a minute. It didn't stick at the end because of the glitter. And once you flip them up, like once they're dry, you can flip them up so that they're really big and voluptuous. So now while I'm waiting on this to, well, let me put a tiny bit of glue and it can sit, and when I'm done with my almay, I will stick those little parts that didn't stick down. Like right there. I was looking into the camera versus in the mirror. And you gotta be really careful because you want to make sure you place it in the right spot the first time when you let the glue get that sticky. There you have no working room. It's gonna stick where it goes. So you want to get it right the first time. Okay, now I'm gonna take my Almay and make these babies pop. Let's see what time it is. I can't see my stupid glasses. What time is it? 2:10. I'm gonna cry. Okay guys, so normally I would fill in my lashes like fully with Almay. I heard that there is a way to take like a break where you have like a commercial break, or you call it your commercial break, and then you can finish it, but I'm not that advanced. So I could always stop this and hop back on and do the final touches, or do the final touches on Instagram. What do you think I should do, Allie? Because I'm gonna run out of time. And I mean, this is gonna turn out really pretty. I'm pulling my lashes down with my Almay. And I want to do a wing, but I can't do that right now. Just finish on Insta, yeah. I just don't want my subscribers to think that there's nothing more frustrating than not getting to finish a look. I mean, there's just nothing. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to hop over on Insta and finish, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I want to see how she did it. So that's a good idea. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to go get the baby up and dressed and out the door. And then what I can do is, after this live is over, finish on Insta, post it on my YouTube, post the Insta live on my YouTube, and then do like a little finishing look photo on the YouTube too. Just so that everyone can see that it did turn out amazing and I know what I'm doing. I mean, your first time video for anything's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking. You want people to see you for you, for your heart and your soul and your talent. These aren't quite dry yet, or I would flip them up and make them just to die for. 13. So I'm already supposed to be leaving, but I'm going to pop on some lipstick real quick. This is brand new. I've never used it. Superstay Matte Ink by Maybelline. Bright and pink. Hopefully it applies easily. Normally I use a lipstick brush. Pretty color. It's not as bright as I thought it would be though. It's still bright. I will never, ever stop thanking you for being here with me today. Ever. It means so much to me. So I didn't feel alone. Like, it means so much to me. Your support has just made this okay. I still feel like the next one will be better, obviously. But without you here, God only knows how it would have went. Thank you so much, Allie, for giving me your love and support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And all those people on Instagram. Uh-oh, I'm getting a call. Something must be wrong. I'm getting a call from my child's school. So guys, I'm going to finish this up on Instagram and hop back on and show you how beautiful like the finished product is, because I'm not done. But it was fun. First time experience, and I'm gonna be late to get my kid, and I can't be late. I cannot be late. So I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you think it's beautiful. I'll hop back on another stream and let you see what it looks like when I'm finished. I promise. Thank you, Allie. I love you so much. I gotta go. Trying to like show off the look a little bit. It's beautiful. I love you guys.